Hoo. It is so cold. How cold is it there?
Last time I looked, it was in the 50s.
Yeah, well, I bet you it's colder. Of course, that's me. I'll say it's 20 degrees and it'll be 50. That's just how I am. You know me. I hate cold weather.
I'm not naturally cold. I'm naturally hot.
Well, I'm always freezing. Hey, Southern Cal. Hey, Rayetta. Hi, Jamie. How are you guys? We'll just give it a few minutes for some people to show up. I'll turn this around so hopefully it won't move. This is such a generic setup. It's so funny. You guys would laugh so hard. Hey, sis. Hey, Rod. How was your trip, Rod? That's Kevin making all that noise behind me. He's on the squeaky floorboards. Blame him. It's his fault. Try to get you.
Hello, everybody.
Say hi. Good. Open. He's sucking on a pipe. Oh, a vape.
Vape, my vape.
He's vaping. You're going to hear that noise. No, it's not a Sasquatch breathing. It's actually Kevin with his vape. There he goes. I'm going to look at you so you laugh so you can't do that.
I've been waiting for 6 months to do that.
Oh, you're so funny. Guess who I have on the phone, guys? Bet you never guess. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Ramona.
Hi.
Can you guys hear her okay? Her connection and mine aren't too good together, but you guys can hear her?
Hi, everybody.
Jamie says yes. Well, how are you, Miss Ramona?
I'm so good.
Good. And it's cold, isn't there? Hey.
Yeah. It's warm, though. It's supposed to be in the 70s on Sunday.
You're kidding me.
It's supposed to be 73.
This is ridiculous. This is how people get sick.
It's supposed to be like 56 on Monday.
Wow. No. Get your own.
I would, but it's hard to get up.
Here. You're such a brat. He's a brat. He's always been a brat. Okay, so, and for those of you just coming in, hello, everybody. Hello, my lurkers. I'm very happy to see you guys. We have Ramona on the phone, and we have Kevin sitting behind me. He's lurking.
Hello, everybody. Long
Hi,
time.
Kevin.
Hi.
Now everybody gets to hear Ramona's voice. Yay! See, then I'm
I
get.
started to come on and
Do what?
use a really big voice.
You got a what? I didn't hear you.
I started to come on and do a really bad hit.
Oh, you're bad. You're bad. Well,
Well,
you
I can turn it on and off.
you can.
Oh yeah.
I could-
Probably was before me and Richard got married. I probably had a really big accent. So
I don't think I could do it. I think everybody would laugh at me if I tried. Because everybody around here calls me a Yankee. They said, "You're not from here, are you?" And I said, "No, why? How do you know?" And they laugh at me. I try real hard to speak Southern, but I can't. Anyways,
it's easy for me.
yeah, well, you're born and raised on here. You be quiet, Rick. Egg. Anyways, all right, so, Miss Ramona,
Yes, ma'am.
you have some serious experiences that I'm sure a lot of people don't know about.
Probably.
Yeah.
I just don't know where to start. You know.
You can start anywhere. You can start with Falk if you want,
Okay.
because Falk was fun.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I had a blast.
Yeah, we're going again this year, aren't we?
Yes.
We are, definitely. Absolutely.
Well, I went out today and measured my trailer. And so I could get approximately the right sizes for the window that I was looking out of. Because I was laying in bed when they started looking at me and at me
Oh, yeah.
It was huge. It was huge. I don't remember seeing the eyes. Everybody said, talks about the eyes. But I don't remember the eyes. I think it was further up. I think his eyes were above the window, which would have made it, probably close to 8 feet tall.
So you're thinking you just saw the body and not the, did you see the head?
Sort of. I saw the shape of the head, but I never really saw the eyes. Now, the little one that was up in the corner, I saw it. And it was probably about 6 feet tall. And there was a smaller one.
Yeah, just like the ones that were behind remember the ones that were in the tree line, the big one and the little one. That's probably the same two that came to your window that night.
Yeah, probably. And I was just sitting there talking to him. I see you. And it was just awesome, but I didn't think so at the time that it would affect me the way it did, because I got anxiety really bad for about 3 to 4 weeks after that.
Yeah, I remember.
I would wake up just shaking, and I just couldn't figure out what it was until I talked to you about it.
Yeah, that's what everybody has said that, people say they want to see one, but you need to be careful because you don't realize how it's going to affect you, and you think you're ready for it, but no one's ever ready for it. So your anxiety was normal. A lot of people do that. They get all excited, and then they go home and they think about it, and next thing you know, they got nightmares or shakes for no reason or are scared because it's not supposed to exist. So yeah, it makes perfect sense that you got freaked out about it.
Yeah. And then the next morning, after that, first thing I did was walk around and see if there was any prints. It was pea gravel.
Yeah.
And I went and got you because I found one.
Yeah.
And you saw it right away.
Yeah.
My husband was with us. He didn't see it. But
yeah, because you were parked that direction the first night, where we could see it actually in the gravel, and that's the really weird part, because normally you're not going to see it in that kind of gravel, but you could clearly see the footprint on the back side of that RV on that gravel part, which I thought was really strange because there's so many people walking around there, but nobody was in there that morning, so that made perfect sense.
And I happened to have a tape measure with me, and we measured it, and it was 14 to 15 inches.
Yeah, that had to be the little one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little.
We call them a little one, right? They're not 10, 12 foot, 14 footers.
Well, I think that one was a baby. Not really a baby, a juvenile.
Yeah.
But, I thought it was just awesome.
Are you still having nightmares? Are you still having nightmares or?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. And you had some issues the second night too.
Well, let's see. We were sitting around the fire that night. Pat and Claire had showed up. Of course, Martha was already there. And I can remember sitting next to Martha, and we were watching the sky shine all through the woods. And it was just awesome. And, that second night, they were back at the window, looking in at me, and I would try to wake Richard up. He handled it, but he's such a sound sleeper, he never saw anything. Except that night, I had left my camera hanging on the back of the chair. And I was already in bed and stuff, and I told him I forgot the camera out there. So he got his shoes back on, he went out to get them, and as he was walking back, I think you yelled at him. You had said something to him. Asked him if he was okay or something. He said, yeah, except for these eyes out here.
Yep.
And I was talking to him back night, and he said, oh, it was just a wolf. It was a dog.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, no. Oh, no.
Yep, right, like that.
Yeah,
Just,
that's not, that's a DM. You don't want to see that.
Well, I tried to point out to him that where he was looking at the eye shine, there was the ditch, remember? And the ditch had a drop of about 6 foot. So if he's thinking that it was maybe 3 foot off the ground, you had 6 and 3, and that's definitely not a dog.
Yeah. He's still in denial.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But that night, I had him looking in the window at me again. I don't know if it was the same one or not. It was just, the window it's the emergency exit window. So it's wide. And I think they'll let the whole window. And it was just, I've seen it walk past a few times. And it was just rich. There's no words to really describe it.
Yeah. Are you on speakerphone?
I am on a headphones and microphone.
I don't know if anybody else can hear it, but it sounds like you're breaking up to me, but it could be just my phone, so I was wondering.
Well, I don't have a very good signal on this phone.
I have a stupid phone.
We've been having some issues here.
Yeah, well, we're having issues here. It's really hard because I called my husband 5 times a day and it dropped the call. I was so mad, and he's right downstairs. It makes no sense. But if you're on speaker, try to get off speaker. If not, try to get on speaker. Anything, something to. Let's see if it's just my phone or yours. It is staticky. It's real staticky.
It's real staticky. Hang on just a second. Okay, are you there?
Yep.
Okay.
That sounds
Still
better.
staticky?
Yay, that sounds better. Much better.
A lot better.
Okay. I was trying to use the headphones with the microphone on it.
Okay. Well, you sound much better. Thank you very much. Like I said, I thought it was my phone because my phone is really acting up. Okay. Well, now we can hear you better. Okay. One thing I wanted to bring up is about Falk, because the second night when I asked you about the light that you had on in your camper, and you said there was no light.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
That was. Yeah. We weren't up.
Okay.
And
That's
I
weird.
do not know where a light would have been shining from.
It looked like it was shining directly above, like you were inside the camper with a flashlight pointing straight up.
No, it wasn't us.
Yeah, well, I'd like to know what that was. That was really freaky.
Well, I can't remember if it's the first night or the second night. I could have sworn I saw something outside. We had the fan running, the roof fan.
Yeah.
And we had it open. Of course, it was so hot. And I could have sworn I seen something outside that window, that fan.
Really?
But I thought, surely if they were climbing on it, I would have felt it.
Right, or heard it,
Yeah.
something.
Or heard it, yeah.
Right.
But I thought it was just me dreaming or something. I don't know.
Rick, leave her alone, you bad boy. Anyway, Rick is picking on everybody in the chat. He's at it again. Anyway, yeah, and so it was the second night, that night that I saw the light up there, and I saw it behind your camper, because we talked about that when Martha was on. Was that the night that they tried to open your door?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, because Richard was saying he heard it rattling the door. And I'm glad it was locked.
What would you have done if the door would have opened?
I'm not sure. I probably would have said, is something wrong? Is somebody there? Do you need something? Thinking maybe it was you or Martha or Pat or Claire,
Somebody.
Yeah, because we had you had your tent toilet, but we had the bathroom in the trailer.
Yeah. Well, I just thought that was really strange that it looked like someone had a flashlight going on there, and you said that you guys didn't, and it was clear, bright as day, like someone had a flashlight on top of it's pointing out the top part of your camper. And that is
Well, it
just
wasn't us.
that is just really, because it wasn't an orb. I didn't see anything round. What I mean, there was no lights that could have flashed off the top of your. I mean, it looked really. It was up in the air like he was shining a flashlight. You hear the military? Here they come. Told you. I knew they were going to do this.
I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I don't either. So what else happened that night?
See, it wasn't that night. It was, I think it was the third night, or I'm trying to remember.
As soon as you get activity over there, that
We
room just took off.
didn't get much activity the third night because there was a big truck parked next to us.
Yeah.
And it's, the motor kept coming on and off, and I don't think they came around that night.
Yeah, our best thing was when it was like the first night and the second night were the best nights because there were less people. That's why I was saying, with this Falk expedition that everybody's going down to, or the meet and greet, whatever they want to call it. I just think they're more active when there's less people, and it's quiet.
Yeah.
And don't forget, as soon as Friday hit, a lot of that stuff had changed.
Yeah.
I mean, they were out in the back, but they didn't come in close like the first two nights. Because there was too many people.
There were so many cars that night too.
Yeah.
Coming through.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
The night that Joe, I guess that was Friday night that Joe got there, you were trying to point out the eye shine in the tree line. And I was over there with you, and I remember I started doing mouth pops.
Yeah.
And I did one, and you nudged me and said, "Did you hear that? It made it back." So it was answering me when I would, one of them was when I would do a mouth pop, it would do a mouth pop.
Yep. I believe that was the young one.
The one we were trying to get Joe to see, the next morning I went and I looked to see how tall it was, and that thing had to have been 8-9 feet tall.
Yeah.
Because, it was, the tree that it was standing next to did not have any lower branches, and the first branches were at probably the 8 to 9 foot.
Well, that was the one that was back by my tent, right? That direction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of next to that ditch
Right.
area,
Right.
that drainage.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of activity down there by that drainage ditch because it wasn't full of water. So they spent a lot of time down there. We should have gone walking down there. The only problem was it was still wet, and I didn't want to get in, 2 feet of mud because I wasn't familiar with, with that little creek area. But we should have been walking down there because I bet you we would have found prints.
Probably. I took pictures of that area. I think there's some on the pictures that I put on my channel
Yeah.
of that ditch. It was, and then those freaky birds.
Yeah, the owls or the cranes.
Oh yeah, the cranes. The owls were pretty freaky too. You
Yeah.
called them in, and they decided they wanted to mate, and were making all kinds of racket.
Yeah, I do that out here. It's so fun when you get them going. I don't even sound anything like an owl, but I can get these guys going like crazy at night. They get really irritated when I start making owl sounds, but they did that night too. Well, I wanted to ask you because I know you and I have talked before, and I don't know how many people. I don't know how many people have actually heard of your some of your encounter stuff, your stories, but I would like you to tell people about your Brown Springs trip.
Which one? I've been down there several times.
The one that you and I were talking about, the one where you were a little nervous.
The one where I sent you the pictures of it?
Yeah.
Which I sent them in one of our group chats too. My brother lives at a lake across the river and down a ways from Brown Springs. So we had already been down there, and we decided, we were down there for a camp out. We had taken the trailer, and we decided to take the trailer and just go over to, it's right next to the Windstar
Yeah.
Casino. So, and they have a nice trailer park, so we rented the space there. And we're staying there. We didn't want to go to the casino, so we drove down into Brown Springs, and when we first got there, it had been raining a lot, and we had tried to walk into it's a game reserve, and it was so muddy, and the mosquitoes, they were like hummingbirds. I mean, and you open your mouth and you'd have a mouthful of them. It was terrible.
Ew.
So we got back into the truck, and decided we'd just drive down the road and see how far, because I'd never been to the end of it. I thought it was dead end down there, but it's not. It actually goes a long ways. But we went a certain amount, quite a ways down, and we turned around and came back. And I was kind of disappointed since we didn't get to walk around and stuff. And this is really strange. People are going to think I'm nuts. I was thinking in my mental, okay, just show me where you're at. I just want to see you once, please. Just show me. And it was, I was just thinking it. And all of a sudden, this thing, it was red. I don't know if it was a leaf, piece of material, or what. I'm not sure. And it flew up into the air and went back down. And I was like, what in the world? And I told Richard, stop. So he stopped, and I got the camera out and started taking pictures of that area where it was, that red had popped up. And I didn't know it until I got home that I had captured one in the bushes. And I've sent it to DDoS and text, and I think it was text I sent it to. I can't remember who I sent it to. And they all feel like I captured the pictures of a juvenile. And you can see it's hiding behind a leaf. I've got before, well, not really before, but got pictures of it, and then pictures when it's not there. So and I thought that was really cool that it showed me where it was. I don't know if that.
See, that's what Carl was saying, and that's what I was telling Carl when we were talking too. People are talking about this mind speak stuff, and here it is. Maybe it's just a gut feeling, or maybe they actually are. You get that. Why would you out of clear blue? Why would you ask them to show themselves? You see something catches your eye, get your camera, take pictures, and now all of a sudden you got a picture of them. It's just something weird about that. That's the same thing that Carl did, and I've heard that before.
Yeah, it just, Richard says, yeah, it looks like something's there. My daughter thinks I'm nuts. But we have been down to Brown Springs before that, and I think it was around the 4th of July? I can't remember when it was, but we were
4th of
driving
July.
around.
Yeah, it was 4th of July. You told me that.
A few months before that, I think it was still cold. It was last winter. We had been driving around. We might have been down there at my brother's at some point. And it was dark when we were driving down through there, and we stopped and we sat there for a little while. And I kept smelling this. It was rank. I mean, it wasn't a skunk. It was worse than a skunk. It was terrible. And I had this feeling, we got to get out of here. And I told Richard, I said, let's go. We got to go. So he drove on down, and we turned around and as he was turning around, I had rolled down, the windows were down, and we both heard, I don't know if it was a howl, or it wasn't normal. It wasn't any kind of animal I'd ever heard before. And we both kind of just looked at each other and said, did you hear that?
What did it sound like? It wasn't a whoop. It was kind of like when a dog howls, but it wasn't a dog. There's no way it was a dog. I know now what a dog sounds like. I know what coyotes sound like. But that's not what it was. Was it a howl sounding like a gruff howl?
Yeah, it was deep.
Yeah.
And I know DDoS has said there are DMs through there.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if maybe that's what we had run into. I'm hoping not. I don't want to know if it was. Because that's one thing I don't have any ambition of seeing.
Me either.
They can just stay away.
Yeah, I don't think any of us that have never seen one will ever sleep again if we do.
Yeah, I definitely would be having nightmares then.
Yeah.
So, if we go down and we're in that area, we'll drive through Brown Springs, see what's going on. But nothing so far has topped getting those pictures of that juvenile.
But that's a big thing. That's not nothing. That's a big thing. Here you
Yeah.
ask them to see them. They get your attention by throwing something red so you can definitely see it in the air, and then you turn around, take pictures, and you get a nice clear shot of a juvenile is what it looked like. You're right, and that's something. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't get that, and so you did get something.
At the time, I didn't tell Richard I was thinking that.
Yeah.
So just recently, I told him, I said, "No, this is what happened. This is what I was thinking when we saw that."
Yeah, that's just downright freaky.
And the thing was, sitting there looking at the bushes, you couldn't see it.
Well, keep your thoughts to yourself then. Don't be telling them.
But, when I took the pictures, you couldn't see it sitting there. And it was maybe 2 feet off the road.
Dang.
Right behind the fence.
Dang.
Sitting right behind the fence, the barbed wire fence.
Good grief, child. I don't know. What do you and I have talked about this before, and we all agree basically on the channel, but what's your idea of why they show up to certain people? What's your opinion?
My opinion is I think we know that humans do not use their whole brain. I think they do. I think they can sense, when somebody wants to see them. Somebody that's good and wants to see them. I think they can read us, I guess you could say.
I agree.
If they don't want you to see them, you're not going to see them.
Yeah.
My brother and nephew have been hunting for years, since they were, my brother's been hunting. My dad took him when he was little, and he's 73 now. I may be wrong on that age. But, and he's never seen anything. Never seen prints, and he goes hunting every year.
Well, do you think it's more along the lines of they know the intent, or you have a specific attitude? I mean, because
it's attitude. There's a lot of it.
Yeah, because I know
It's
people.
mostly because
Go ahead.
if they think somebody's going to harm them, they ain't going to show themselves. For sure.
What about the hunters then? That you look at the fact that they can go out into the woods and they can hunt these animals down, and then all of a sudden they take pot shots at the sassies. Why do you think that the sassies showed themselves to them people?
Accident.
Yeah, accidents.
It was an accident that they were seeing.
Good answer, because that's exactly what I believe too. I think it's purely by accident. And a lot of people don't think these guys do anything by accident, but I think if they're anything like us, they're going to do a lot of things by accident. They might be smarter out in the woods, but they're going to make mistakes.
I don't think they're perfect. No, only God's perfect. I think they were so often they'll get caught.
Yeah.
Not being in a good enough place to hide.
Yeah, or they were busy, preoccupied with something else, like a chase, like a hunt or something.
Yeah, hunting or, I don't know, gathering nuts or just playing.
Yeah, they gather nuts so they can throw them at us.
Yeah. And rocks. Yeah. It's one of those, I do not think they're an ape.
I don't either.
I think they're more human than anything.
I don't think they're any more ape than we are, but they
Right.
do, and I can't. You know, I mean, so a lot of people say they look more like ape than they do human. So, you know,
Well,
there's
I've seen a lot of humans that look like apes, so.
it's there's the drone. Or no, is that an airplane? Hold on a second. Maybe it's too high up. That might be a plane. I don't know what that is. Could be a drone. When we got started, I heard the ATVs across the street, which is really gonna make me mad. As soon as I go live, here they come.
Doing the night maneuvers.
Jerks. Anyways. And did you say something about them hitting the not hitting, but touching your camper?
Yes, we had, there was fingerprints, and I do have pictures of that. It was like they walked past and they drug their fingers across, and I put my hand up there, and I have big hands for a woman. My fingers are longer than Richard's are, and my hand would not spread wide enough to even attempt to do that, and they were probably a good inch to inch and a half wide. The drag marks, you know, the finger marks.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
then I also had a slimy, oily print on the passenger side window of the truck.
That's what we were looking at that next day, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and across the door.
yeah.
Yeah. So it looks
So
like.
they were looking in the truck, and they were messing around with the trailer.
Yeah.
And there was one night I think they were messing with the chains.
Well, I think that's the night that I heard them, though, because that's where they were.
Yeah,
You know, and I'm pretty sure that's one of the reasons why, you know, because I had seen the light and, well, first I'd heard the noise, and then I looked out the window because I kept that little corner window open so I could see your trailer and the camp area. And so I'm looking out there and I see the light, and then I see eye shine and a shadow back behind where your truck is attached to the trailer. And then I saw a shadow there, an eye shine, and then that's the next day is when you told me that you showed us where they had the markings on the door. And that's also the same night, isn't it, that Pat yelled at them to get out of the tent? Wasn't that the same night?
I think so.
Yeah, because I think what they did was they ran past your door, put their hands on your camper, ran across it with the hand on the camper, and then ran past Pat's tent and tried to basically sit on her tent. And she yelled at them, so they took off running. But I'm pretty sure that was the same night. That was a wicked, wild night. It was awesome.
Yeah. You know, the Friday night wasn't very active, but then Saturday night is the night that I sat in the bed and watched them run up and down the hill. It was like they were playing chase.
Well, it was busy for us on Thursday night when Martha showed up. I mean, we had a good night that night. And so I'm not sure if it was the next night or the night after, because the first night you got there, you parked on the gravel, and then you backed it in.
Yeah, and after we moved the trailer, they didn't. I could see them in the windows, but they didn't get real close because the dirt underneath the window, I had checked it, and it was more sandy.
Yeah.
So they would have left prints if they would have been up really close to the window.
Well, they left enough prints on the side of your camper.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. And trucks.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That was a fun night. I had so much fun. Well, where else have you been that you've had activity or experiences?
Lake Murray, which is between here and Brown Springs. This was before we got the trailer, so we were staying in a cabin. I think it was my birthday or anniversary a couple of years ago. And I got more into looking for them, I guess you could say, or more interested. I've always believed. But I got more interested I found DDoS on YouTube and started listening to him. And Lake Murray is down by Ardmore, where he is originally from.
Yeah.
And I'd asked him, I said, have you ever been there and had any activities? Oh, yeah. I went and investigated there and everything. So we just drove around in the dark, and then we went to this camping area, which there was no campers. And we parked and just rolled down the windows and listened. We didn't really, heard normal night sounds and stuff. And then as we were leaving, we didn't have a pickup then. We had just my car. And right after Richard started the car up, we heard the longest, loudest whistle. And it was like a human whistle. It wasn't a bird. And there was no humans around, so, and I kind of figured that they were watching us to see what we were going to do.
Yeah, don't you find it kind of interesting that you get most of your activity when you're getting ready to leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've been watching the whole time, and then they tell everybody, tell each other that you're getting ready to go. I think that's kind of strange, too. Hello, all the new people that came in. Thank you for stopping by. Goodbye, Robin. God bless you. Martha wants you to talk about the one you saw over on the road.
Oh. Yeah, that one. Everybody had loaded up into the truck. Most of it was in the back, and me and Martha and Richard was driving. Me and Martha were in the cab. And I think y'all had found the print in the mud, the small one.
Yeah.
And we had, we'd gone down and turned around and was coming back, and we found some arches. And this was in an area where you're not supposed to go. It's private property.
And you said, stop.
Yeah. I saw a print. I thought I saw a print, but it ended up being, no, it was another arch. A huge one. And I, pointed it out to you.
Yeah.
And I had thought I had found some prints, but it ended up being hogs.
Yeah.
But I was walking along and looking at that arch, and I saw what looked like to be a stump. And it was out in the middle of a clearing. It was mainly black with some brown on it. I looked at it real close, and I thought, just so I walked on up a little bit, and I looked down again in that area underneath all the limbs and stuff, and it was gone. It had disappeared. The stump moved.
Yeah.
So,
I love it when stumps move.
I got excited.
Yeah, I remember hearing your excitement.
I might have squealed. I don't know.
Yeah,
I was jumping up and down. And
we all heard your excitement.
But everybody was like, what? Where? So I kind of figured it was a lookout that was watching us.
Yeah, what was nice, guys, is her husband offered to take us all because it was a walk down there, and I didn't really want anybody going for walks because there was so many sign of a lot of hogs, and hogs are dangerous, and the only person that was armed basically was me. And so if everybody goes out walking around, I felt responsible, and because I saw so many big, huge hog prints, I was really kind of nervous. So her husband had offered to take us all, and we just jumped in. Some people jumped in the back seat of the truck, and some people jumped on the back. And we just drove down this long road, and you could see the cypress trees on one side and the creek or the river there, and then on the other side was basically just all trees, all different kinds of trees. There's a lot of cypress trees down there, but there was all kinds of trees out there. We saw great big, huge bends and bows and markers and stuff like that. So it was awesome to drive down that road. And then we got down to the water. Remember down by the water? The guy you started talking to?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You need to tell Richard his life story.
Yeah. But he had seen...
Richard would probably tell me his name. I can't remember his name. But he was originally from Oklahoma, and he lived with his grandson, I think. He was an older gentleman.
Yeah. And do you remember the story he told? that some of the times when he's gone down, he's been down there, basically all the time, and he's seen things and heard things that he didn't want to talk about. And the more we tried to press him, the quieter he got with a bigger smile. Remember?
Yeah.
Big huge smile on his face, and he wouldn't say nothing. And
Yeah,
all
he
he
had
said,
to be-
I remember the last thing he said directly was, they're here. Oh yeah, they're here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I wish we could have gone more out into the woods and looked, but it was so wet.
and their
It was
mosquitoes were
hot.
bad,
Yeah.
and it was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mosquitoes were terrible.
yeah. And we didn't need anybody to get dehydrated, and we didn't bring enough waters, and the waters were getting hot really fast. So, because it was over 100 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
But this time, when we go this year, yeah, he wanted to talk to us about his rocks. You're right, Martha. But this year, we're going to go when it's a little bit cooler, so hopefully we won't have the mosquitoes, and hopefully more people will be armed so we can go out walking and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, because we did find that huge, which I got pictures of it too, that huge cat print.
Well, yeah.
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 I don't know if it was bobcat, it was an awful big bobcat, or
No, I think it was a mountain lion, honestly.
I think so too.
Yeah, because I've seen them up on the property. I've seen mountain lion prints and bobcat prints, and they're different. You can look at a picture of them, you can tell they're different. So, and that was definitely a mountain lion. But I'm not so worried. I wasn't so worried about mountain lions as I was about the hog, because there were so
Yeah,
many, and
hogs.
those. I mean, they were in what 4 foot of. I mean, they were wallowing around great big massive places, and some of those prints that were huge. I mean, these things have got to be. Someone called it Hogzilla, and I honestly believe that one of them was, because it looked like that thing must have weighed good 600 pounds. I mean, I cannot believe how big that print was. And that was way too close to us, where we were.
Yeah, and down by the lake, which wasn't, that dock that wasn't very far from us, there were hog prints that would go out to the water, but you didn't see them coming back.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about when we were standing on the
Yeah.
end of that. When I looked down and said, oh my gosh, that has to be a monster. Because the print was so big, it almost looked like a human print, and it was, or a moose, for crying out loud.
Yeah, it was huge.
Are you plugged in? Okay.
I think I'm not shivering now.
Yeah, it's cold, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I had to get Kevin another blanket because it's cold here by this window. Anyways, he's all nice and comfy in a blankie.
Did you take your blankie?
No, well, I gave him the blankie because I have one. I got 2 of them, so he has one and I have the other, so we can sit here by the window. And we're watching outside, and there's in the neighbor's backyard on the side, where the big lights are. There's lots of movement over there right now, so that's what I'm kind of watching that and trying to watch chat at the same time. But anyway, yeah, you're right, Martha. You can see all that on her videos. Martha did a much better job with the video that I did. I was too excited about being there, and I didn't care about videotaping, but I took lots of pictures.
Yeah, I took lots of pictures. At that time I hadn't used my camera very much, and I'm not sure how to do videos on it, but I figured that out. So
Oh, good. So this next
next
year,
time.
yeah, this year when we go, absolutely, we would take better pictures. And I actually have a selfie stick, so I'll be able to do it too. That'll be fun.
And there was also the when you were trying to take the video, and I was trying to take pictures, and Pat was standing behind me when we were, and she was watching me, because I had my camera on a monopod to keep it steady, but it wasn't steady. Now, I was not moving it, but the picture was going all over the place, and your camera was doing the very same thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
We both had our cameras pointed at the same area.
Yeah, it was moving by itself, guys. We were standing perfectly still looking at the same thing, and it looked like we were panning and we weren't moving. I mean, we were not moving. But that was the freakiest thing. And it wasn't Christy there at that time? Didn't she come up and look behind
Yeah,
us?
I think so. Yeah, she got there on, was it Friday or Saturday? She got
Saturday. She got there Saturday. She only
Yeah.
stayed one day, but that was Saturday.
Because Saturday night, me and Christy and Pat sat out there talking when y'all had already gone to bed, and we had all kinds of stuff going on around us.
Yeah, we didn't go to bed.
Rocks being thrown. Well, y'all were listening, but we were messing it up because y'all, we were still out there talking. And, she had a phone that would take pictures in the dark. I can't remember what kind it was. And she was getting pictures of them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she got some good pictures.
Further out from us, we'd see the eye shine and she'd snap a picture, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
But,
I thought that was freaky. That made absolutely no sense to me where both of our cameras were doing the exact same thing and we weren't moving. That was really weird. I've never heard of that even. Has anybody else experienced that before, where you have the camera stationary and it looks like it's panning? You're watching it. It actually looks like it's panning, but you're not moving. Has that happened to anybody? I mean, I found that
first time
really.
it ever happened to me.
It's never happened to me. Craziness. It's beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful, Diane. I was shocked because I went to an area this last time that I hadn't been to before. So and especially down there by the water. We hadn't gone down that direction. We went the other direction the last 2 times I had been there, up on the other side of the hill. And so I didn't even go down that bottom part, and I didn't know it was there. Quiet, Pappy. Anyway, so I had a new experience
That was
too.
a boat ramp, wasn't it, down there?
Yeah, there's a boat ramp down there. I don't know
Into
how.
that river.
Yeah, but I don't know how anybody can get on and off that boat ramp because it
It
was.
was so steep.
Yeah, really. I mean, I'd probably end up with my truck in the water. It was just freaky. I don't know. I don't think it's used very often, to tell you the truth. I think they might put little boats in there, but I don't. And those little paddle boats, I'm sure they put in there, but because that's what we did see. Remember, we saw those guys out fishing in that little paddle boat. Yeah. They made a lot of noise too, but that place really opens up at night. I mean, they're active during the day there, but they're 10 times they have no problem coming into camp at night. And I think
There was also, I can't remember which night it was, that they were playing on the playground equipment.
oh yeah, that's right. We did hear that, didn't
You
we?
could hear them up playing on the playground equipment.
Yeah, and
up on the hill from us.
and we kept hearing the hoops. Uh-oh. I lost her. She disappeared. Let me see if I can get her back. Oh, jeez, oh flip.
I've seen several smaller ones over there. They're over to the right, but there's that one over there to the left that keeps going in front of that light.
Yeah, I saw
I'm
that.
not moving and it keeps blocking out the light.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Great. Hold on. Let's see if I can't get her back. My Blinky.
Something in the back of your truck,
Yeah.
right down on the ground.
No, oh yeah, I see it. Never mind. Well, I don't know where Ramona went. Hopefully she'll call back. I didn't do it, Southern Cal. My phone keeps dropping calls.
See, it moved now that I spotted it.
I told my husband he needs to call them and tell them they need to reimburse us for this month's. No, I did not. Because they keep dropping calls. Come on, Ramona, call back. There you go. Hello. Hold on a second. Are you there?
Hello.
There you are.
I moved.
Oh, it was you, not me? Nanny, nanny,
I think so.
nanny.
I stood up and
Everybody was blaming me for it. Of course, I was blaming me
No.
too. Ha 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 ha, Ramona did it. Anyways, we had so much fun. It was great. I had a really good time. I can't wait. I can't wait for this year's outing, and Lord
I
willing,
can't
we'll be
wait
ready.
either.
It's going to be
It's gonna be
fun.
awesome.
Yep, and I think we need to move spots, you know.
I wanted to go, but I got my daughter's, the night before I was supposed to leave, is when I found out I got my daughter's that weekend.
Yeah. Well, maybe you'll be able to go this year.
Yep.
Anyway, so what else do you want to tell us?
I'm not sure.
Tell us what you think about them.
What I think about them?
Yeah.
Well, I think they're awesome.
Are you afraid of them?
No, not really a fear. I'm leery. I don't know what I would do if I came, out without a wall between us, face to face. I'm not sure what. I'd probably just freeze.
Well, probably. I
But
froze.
I was talking to them through the window. Not that they were answering me, but
I don't know, the ones that were playing around with your camper that night at Falk, I think had you opened up the window, you probably would have gotten some more activity, because I think they were ready. They came to you, remember? So I think that
Yeah.
was a good thing, and I think if you'd have opened the window, you'd have had a lot more activity, but
well, the window was open. It's just that one lifted out. Richard would not open his curtain though.
why?
You have to ask him. He said he didn't want nothing peeking into him, so.
Oh, he sounds just like my husband. That's just too funny.
He's still in denial.
Yeah, big bad boys, right?
Yeah, even though he saw those huge eyes.
I woke up
He's still in denial.
in the RV up at your property with that one looking down on me in that living room window in the trailer.
Yeah.
That was like, ooh,
No,
okay.
Bob's not a female. Don't you dare make fun of him. I'll get you, Tony. Anyways, well, I don't know. Like I said, I think I love having people on here and telling your stories and telling, just giving your opinion of stuff. So, has anybody have any questions for Ramona? Because I love hearing somebody else, tell me their experiences. Because it hits everybody different, I think.
Yeah. Well, up until Falk, and when we were at Falk, I'd only heard things. I'd never seen one. Until, I took the picture of the one, but I didn't see it then. Wasn't until I got home with the pictures and got them on the computer and seen it. There's probably about 20 miles from us, it's not really a national park, it's a national recreational area.
Mm-hmm.
The Chickasaw National Recreational Area. We were down there, and it seems like all mine happened in the winter. We were
Yeah.
walking around down there, and I was hearing tree knocks.
Yeah, you notice how people say that they think that they go away in the winter? Mine don't.
No.
No,
I don't think they go away in the winter. Some of them might, but I don't really think they do. I think that might just be the timing for maybe where they're hunting, or maybe they might be going to a separate area to get something else. But I don't think the winter bothers them at all. I don't think it would, because they got all that fur.
This
I
year,
don't think they're totally nocturnal either, like people say.
Oh, I don't either, because I've seen them both during the day and night.
Yeah, that one, when I heard the tree knocks down there, it was around noon.
Yeah.
And it was an area that I want to go back to, because there's a rock. It's supposed to be a Bigfoot face carved into it. There's an Indian legend and stuff behind it. It's called Sasquatch Rock. And I've hunted for it before, but I finally figured out where it's at. So
Really?
I'll go down and take pictures, yeah.
I want to see that. Where is it?
Well, come see me. We'll go.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm.
take you to Brown Springs.
Yeah, don't forget I'm heading the other direction. We were looking at a piece of property today. I don't know what's wrong with me and my husband, but you know, all the common sense flew out the window when we started looking at property. And we found we found 40 acres right off of Lake Sardis. It is the most beautiful rock outcroppings, big, huge. There's a river that runs right through. Oh my gosh, I was in my glory until we looked at the price. And Denny says, I thought you wanted to be on the other side of there. And I said, I do. And he said, well, then stop looking over there. And I said, okay. And I was still looking over there. So there's not very many pieces of property between where I'm looking at and where you are. You know, there's it seems to be more of the expensive ones in between, like the people that have the cabin in the woods and stuff like that. They're selling some of those, and they are bigger pieces of property, but they're a lot more expensive. They start at like, you know, $200,000, you know, for however many acreage.
That's horse ranch country through there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that most of them either raise some kind of animals, or what I don't like about it is they're cutting down all those trees in between there, and that whole area of national forest, like a 16th of it is just on the Google map. It's just completely cleared. Oh, that makes me so mad because that was beautiful. That was beautiful scenery to drive past, and now all you see is flat land. You know, where they cut it all down. Craziness.
Yeah, that it makes me mad.
Yeah.
There is quite a few places around me that has activity. There's one town, it's probably about 30 miles. It's down by Lake Arbuckle. Name is Yardy, and it's a really small town. I don't even think they have a grocery store. People can't keep farmers and stuff down there can't keep fences up. They get ripped out.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the Sasquatches are saying, don't fence me in?
Yeah, exactly. And there's a wildlife, you drive through it, and it's got all kinds of things, ostriches, and it's Arbuckle Wildlife.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah.
And
they have zebras.
They've got huge fences, the 8 to 10 foot tall fences, concreted in and stuff.
Right.
And they've had problems with their fences being ripped out.
Oh my gosh. Uh-oh.
So,
are you going to leave me again? Are you going to hang up on me again?
no.
Okay. You beeped.
I'm like, what? Oh. Okay. I'll sit perfectly still.
No more beeping from you. I don't know. I can't imagine why they would want to tear into a 8 or 10 foot fence, especially if they see wild animals in there that aren't, indigenous to the area. That's just kind of scary, creepy if you think about it. I mean, imagine if they knock down one and let out, a few of the. I think that's the place that has zebras, don't they?
Yeah, they have zebra. They have ostrich. They have camels. They have everything.
Can you imagine those roaming around the woods?
No.
Well, I think we're seeing stuff.
Zebras wouldn't be too bad.
No, but ostriches would be. They'd be chasing your car down.
Yeah. One of the times we went through there, I had a shiny yellow car, and it decided it wanted to peck the ostrich in the reflection.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, they're mean.
You said...
This is one of those places you can go through and beat them and stuff. So.
Yeah, you said Arbuckle. You're talking about that lake?
Arbuckle Lake, yeah. It's right outside the Arbuckle mountain area.
Yeah, we were looking down there at one time. Couldn't afford that
Beautiful area.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely gorgeous.
People get mad when you say, well, they're not mountains. Yeah, they are mountains. Those mountains are older than the Rockies.
Yeah, well, I don't call them mountains either because I've been in Colorado, and it's one
Yeah.
thing when you're 1,000 or 1,600 feet. It's another thing when you're 9,000 feet. So I don't call them mountains either. But well, as far when I'm explaining something to somebody, but I do call them like the Kiamichi Mountains. That's what they're called, Kiamichi Mountains. But if
Yeah.
you've ever been up in Colorado or some of the places up there, these certainly aren't mountains. They're foothills. They're,
Yeah, well, the Arbuckles used to be, they rewrote it, they used to be as big or bigger than the Rockies. That's just how old they are.
yeah.
But they're not that big now.
Martha asked if you look for them everywhere you go now.
Yes, I do. I watch for them on TV and shows. I'll be watching a movie and it's a scene with forest, so I'm looking. Now, I watch for them everywhere.
Isn't that weird?
I watch for arches and I watch for crosses and,
What if they follow you home? What are you gonna do?
I live in town. I don't think they're going to.
I've heard people that live in town where they followed them, so that doesn't seem to matter.
Our house used to be on the edge of town
Yeah.
when I was little. This is the house I grew up in. And the lady that used to babysit me, and she lives across the street, she would tease me all the time about, if you do that, your boogeyman's going to get you.
Oh yeah.
And I know now that's what she was talking about. She was talking about Bigfoot.
Yeah. Well, Diane wants to know what was your scariest experience?
I haven't really had a scary experience.
I think you did that when you had that feeling down there in Brown Springs.
Oh yes, yeah, that one.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that.
Brown Springs is strange because there's times you can go down there and everything's fine, but there's other times you go in there and it's like, can't stay here.
Yeah.
But
And,
that night when I smelled that and I heard that awful howl, yeah, that would have been it.
yeah, it goes up your spine, and you can't really get rid of that feeling until you're far, far away. Just the thought of the possibility of running into something that you don't want to run into, but you don't even have to see it. Once you get that eerie feeling that there's something out there that can hurt you, it changes everything when you go back out in the woods. If you feel it again, you just don't want to be there. You just pack up and go home. I don't care if you're ready to be there for 10 days and you got everything ready. You'll pack up and leave because it's so overwhelming. It's overpowering. It's absolutely that feeling like get out of here or else. So there's no way around that. Once you get that feeling, you won't second guess it the next time you feel it.
Yeah, definitely. There was a night that we had gone down to the Chickasaw Recreational, and it was dark. It was Christmas time when we were going to go up. It overlooks the town of Sulphur, and it was Christmas time, so we were going to go up there and look at the Christmas lights from up at the top of it's called Bromide Hill. And it's the only hill in this area. It's part of the Arbuckles. And we went up there, and we were out there looking, and we heard some walking. I don't know for sure what it was, but we both got this overwhelming feeling of, we got to get out of here, this dread and, that sixth sense of something's wrong. You don't need to be here. Get out of here.
Yeah.
You're in danger.
Yeah. I hate that feeling.
And we got in the car and left because, even Richard said something wasn't right about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that sulfur was active too. JJ wants to know if you've ever heard of Sasquatch hunting hogs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know anybody personally, but, I've heard of it. We got a lot of feral hogs around here.
Yeah, here too.
And in fact, I've gone hog hunting with my brother down to Gainesville, which is in Texas, but it's down by Brown Springs. And I have to ask him sometime if he's ever come across anything
Yeah, well,
strange.
don't forget Denny, the guy that I had on here on the live chat, said the same thing, that they went after the hogs. So I
I
don't,
think
I think it's
probably
amazing.
be good eating for them.
Yeah, I imagine. And I think their stomachs can handle the parasites from hogs. People don't realize that some of that game meat out there, if you don't cook correctly, hogs one of them, bears one of them, you can get all kinds of horrible diseases from them. So they just have to be cooked properly. But, I've had wild hog before and it's really good. I
Yeah,
mean,
I've got
so,
a ham in my freezer right now.
yeah, I mean,
Because I
so I
feel
don't know.
really, really, really bad down there by my brothers, and people ask him to come and shoot them off of their land, and he'll shoot them and take the good pieces and get rid of the rest.
Yeah.
And he'll give it away because his wife's a vegetarian.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if they have such an abundance of them, I don't see why there's not more people out there. I mean, they opened season here and they haven't closed it yet. It's basically
Yeah.
all year round you can hunt, the hog here because they're so wild, but because they're nasty. I mean, they're just downright nasty. I'm scared to death of my grandkids going outside when it's dark or during the day because of it. But have you casted any prints?
No. The only print that I've really ever seen was those there at well, the one in the gravel, and then I didn't get to see the one in the mud down by the water.
Yeah, those.
Y'all got pictures of it, but
Well, we couldn't
didn't
get down
see
there
it.
anyway. You couldn't get down there to cast prints anyway. You could,
Yeah.
that'd be too hard to do. I
And
mean,
it was so muddy.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
you were the only one that went down there, weren't you?
yeah. Nobody else went down there. I mean, I went, but you can't get through. And there's one. All you took was one step, and you didn't know whether you were gonna go 4 feet down or 6, or 3 inches. I mean, you just didn't have any idea. And that's what it was. All of us were. Martha was out there too. All of us were out there looking. How on earth can you see the prints walking out to the water and them not come back? What do they swim?
Yeah.
I mean, that was just the freakiest thing I think I've ever seen. I didn't know they could swim.
Well, I've heard of them swimming out the boats.
Well, yeah,
Walking out the boats and stuff.
yeah, treading water's one thing, but that drop off's pretty bad. That they go, that one guy calls it deep sea fishing, because it's so deep in the middle of that lake. There's my daughter-in-law.
And, I don't know how they were draining it. Were they draining it into the river?
Yeah, they had. That's what we were hearing that night. That low noise that we were hearing is them. They had the pumps and they were pumping them out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You remember that? Remember that noise? We couldn't figure out what it was. That was the pumps.
Yeah.
And they weren't on the whole time. They were off and on, and I didn't know why. But that's what it was.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if they've got it drained now.
I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, that's my daughter-in-law and the grandkids.
Yeah, I asked Christy to check it out for us. See.
Yeah, Chrissy's going to go to that place that I want to go next time we go. That's where they're going. But they're going a little bit further in an area that I've never been to. It's actually right on the border of Fouke, but there's some really good areas where I'm sure that we can get prints and take some pretty good pictures of structures because we made a mistake of walking back there. Okay, I'm counting all the children. Where are all these kids coming from? But anyways, we made a mistake of walking back there, and I didn't realize that was private property, and we were on it. So, but if you go back towards the water, all that is part of that park, and there's all kinds of structures back there, little ones, big ones, and I kind of blew them off the first time I saw them. We went back there because there were so many people, and I figured that people were doing it, because Fouke monster, right?
Yeah.
And so I just kind of figured that people were making them, but there were some pretty awesome structures, and a few of them so big that I don't think a human could actually do it, because we saw nothing on the ground that would indicate a human,
Well, it's like those tree bins we saw. They were, those were trees that were 3 and 4 inches in diameter.
I think they were bigger than that. I think they were bigger.
There's no way a human did that.
No, as tall as they were, and I think they were bigger than 3 or 4 inches in diameter. And for them to pull them down, they would have to, there's no way that you could get high enough to grab it to bend it down. You know what I'm saying? As
Yeah.
tall as it was, there's no way. You'd have to be pretty darn tall or climb up, I don't even know how you climb up something that small, to get up there and bend it down. It would take a lot. And then to get it twisted the way it was twisted, where all it would take is pulling something small out for it to snap back. And that was big. That was really
Yeah.
big. And I don't think a person could do it.
I don't know if I got pictures of those or not. I don't think I had my camera with me that day.
No, I don't think you took pictures that day. And I tried to take pictures. Remember, I tried to take a video, but
Yeah.
you couldn't see the arch. I said, "Here's the arch," and you could barely see it. And then I was pointing because you were pointing. You were standing next to me, pointing to where it was twisted in. And so I was trying to get pictures of that, but it didn't come up very good on the camera.
Yeah, there's no way that anything fell on them to make them bend like that. If something fell on them, it probably would have snapped.
Exactly. Do you have any caves in your area?
Yeah. There's some down in the Arbuckles. It's more in a touristy area, though, so I don't think anything's in them.
Yeah. You'd be surprised. I love it when people say, "Hey, let's go check out this cave," not knowing that there's animals, predators that can be lurking in that cave. Not me. I've been making a lot of racket and throwing things in the cave first to make sure there was nothing live in there.
Yeah. Most of these are around. It's an area called Turner Falls,
Yeah.
and it's a swimming hole. It's there's people there year round.
Yeah. Well, there's people there year round in Fouke, but they have activity all the time. So I think
That's true.
I think they just get used to people, and then they'll do certain things. If they're comfortable, they might be seen. But Fouke was inundated with people after Boggy Creek, and still to this day, it's just a popular place for people that want to research or look at the Sasquatch phenomena. And I think that the sassies there absolutely love messing with people when they come down there.
Oh yeah, I think they just like messing with. I think some of them are big jokers.
Yeah.
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 They love picking on people.
Yeah.
They love watching kids. That's one thing that there was the night, there was the family that was up further up the hill from us they had their kids out there playing.
Yeah.
And it was like we had things going on around us, but all of a sudden they were all gone. And even you mentioned that you thought that they had gone up there to watch those kids.
Yeah, but that's also the day that was before it got dark out. That's the same time that we heard the tree snap. It's when the kids were playing. That's why I said I bet you they're up there watching those kids. And that tree snap was absolutely, unmistakable. Snap.
Yeah.
So, they like kids. And I get kind of nervous in a way because you hear these people talk about them luring children into the woods from their bedrooms and stuff. I don't know what to think about that. I don't think they want them for food, but then what do they do with them? I mean, it just freaks me out. What if you got a sassy that just wants to play, like that story that we heard about the kids that were playing ball in the backyard, and one of them got knocked over by a juvenile Sasquatch that was huffing and puffing when it got caught because it just wanted to play.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we don't know, but that kind of scares me. I'm glad that I don't have any little grandkids that are going to be coming to visit me up at the property that we moved to, because I think that'd be one of my biggest fears, that they would take off. We need a homeopathic treatment for rabies. Oh, we have a homeopathic treatment for rabies. And Tony asked if charcoal gets rid of parasites. No, it does not. Diatomaceous earth does. But I have some websites that I go to for some of the bad stuff, like rabies. And there are things that they've used, but of course the medical community is not going to recognize it. And when I talk to, I don't know if we're going to talk about the Sasquatch activity or about naturopathic medicine on Texas, because I'm supposed to be on Texas Live on Monday. And and I asked him, because there's a lot of things out there, a lot of changes out there, but I would like to very much tell some people about some things that they need to do and get ready for in the event that this coronavirus gets any worse than it is.
I'm taking my garlic and everything else.
Yeah, I seriously suggest for anybody that's around an area that they have a possibility of contracting the virus is to start drinking garlic water. I mean, drink garlic water. Garlic is one of the best antibiotics, antifungal, antibacterial, antibiotic out there. I mean, it's one of the best. It's for everything. Yep, oregano oil too. But a lot of people can't take oregano oil. But yeah, garlic water is one of the best things that you can do because it'll really boost your immune system to fight off. Because look at how many people are not dying from this, but are getting so sick and their immune systems are compromised to begin with. So you want to build your immune system, start drinking garlic water. Here comes a plane.
Steve Richard works with truckers in his job, so, and they come from all over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't.
praying he doesn't bring anything home.
We hope. Well, the kids go to school all the time. How do you know what's going to happen? I don't know, but
Yeah.
I will say this: that the on YouTube and on the regular channels, if you have TV, they are really freaking out and making people panic. Do not panic, people. Do not panic. They made these diseases years ago, and they keep trying and testing them and saying, "Oh, this is a brand new one." They're full of crap. They've had them for absolutely years, and they're testing them, and we're the guinea pigs. So don't panic about it. Be smart, be safe. But I can tell you this, for the younger ones and the older ones, especially older people, they're not going to listen. Yes, it tastes nasty, but you can add Manuka honey to it and it tastes better. But listen, you really need to boost your immune system for any of this stuff. Any of this stuff. Exactly, Paradox. I mean, this should not be a panic, okay? This fear-mongering makes me angry about anything, about anything. When they do this and they blow it out of proportion, they get people scared, and people do stupid things when they're scared. So I don't like how they're approaching this. What they should have done is point blank said, look, coronavirus is part of this virus, is part of this virus, is part of this virus, and yes, it's now being spread, and these people are getting sick, but no different than H1N1, swine flu, it makes me crazy, and you guys have to understand that these companies have been doing this for years, absolutely for years. Okay? No, don't take Tamiflu. Don't ever take Tamiflu. This stuff is dangerous. But anyway, this is not abnormal. I mean, it's been happening for absolutely ever. So just be careful and watch around your neighborhood. Garlic water, all you got to do is boil some water, maybe about 6 cups of water. Take 3 or 4 cloves of garlic, smash them up, put them in the water, leave them in there overnight. Go ahead and strain it the next day, or leave it in if you like garlic, and go ahead and start drinking it. Probably about 3 or 4 ounces, 3 or 4 times a day, and you will build your immune system. I mean, that's pretty strong. It's the same thing as taking maybe 5,000-6,000 milligrams of the garlic. So it's really, really good. And you're going to notice if you do by country, people that have certain diseases, you'll find out that the countries that eat more garlic and more onions don't have the same problem as we here in the United States do. And it's not because of anything other than the fact that they live on garlic and fresh onions. You know, those two right there are great at fighting off diseases and building up your immune system. Sorry, Ramona, we got off topic.
It's okay. I'm listening.
Yeah, I get the garlic capsules from Walmart. They're little teeny tiny gel caps, and they work better than any of the garlic tabs I've ever bought before. And I've tried it because the rest of them make you smell like garlic, so that means you're emitting it from your system. And I think that those little teeny ones, now I take probably about 6 or 7 3 times a day when I'm starting to feel sick. Ooh, yuck. Ooh, I think that would taste horrible, Pappy, but you can make tea out of it and get a stronger tea, you know, to kind of balance out the taste. But do whatever it takes, you know, add a couple of things to it. And what tastes really good that I don't understand people why they don't like it, but I take mushrooms, onions, and garlic, and I'll go ahead and simmer them down with a little bit of butter, and then I can eat those, throw vegetables in it, or throw meat in it, or throw anything, and eat it as a meal, and you're getting a massive amount of those in that food. As long as you don't burn them or cook them too long, you know, just basically like al dente, and you've got it made. And I know people don't like to eat garlic because you smell like garlic, but I would suggest you start making garlic water only, and don't do this all the time either, because you want to build up your immune system prior to it, but you don't want to have to slam yourself worse when it does come in. You know, because a lot of people will get the flu or get colds and stuff, and that's when I start upping my intake of garlic. And the rest of the year I don't take it. You know, my immune system's pretty solid. So up to you. But that's one of the things, Ramona, that you and I were talking about before that I told you need to do. You really need to up your garlic intake. You know, it helps tremendously with a lot of problems. And if you just
Yeah.
add some...
I've been taking the pills
Yeah,
from Walmart.
the pills, or are they gel
Oh,
caps?
the little gel caps.
Yeah, how many do you take at a time though?
6.
Yeah. I take anywhere from 6 to 8 to 10, you know, 3 or 4 times a day, just depending on what's going on. But you will find out that people around you will get sick. Your nose might run for a couple days and everybody's sick for a month and you're not. And that's why. It's the garlic. You know, I mean, I'm telling you, that stuff works wonders. I'm trying to make like I said, a couple little concoctions to keep vampires at bay. That's funny, Paradox. We've had a bunch of jokesters in the chat tonight. Every time I look up, I get a glimpse of somebody doing that. So
It's one of the things that everybody in my family's had the flu except me and Richard.
yeah.
We didn't get a flu shot or nothing, you know.
I won't ever get flu shots. I think they're
I haven't had one in years.
yeah.
And Richard hasn't had one since he got out of the military.
Yeah.
And neither one of us ever get the flu.
Yep. It comes around here. We might get the sniffles for a couple days or something, and that's it. It's over, and everybody else is sick for months. You know, it goes from one place to another, and they're sick. And I keep saying garlic, and people get tired of hearing me say garlic, but I'm telling you, that is one magic bullet that I love is garlic.
It's supposed to keep mosquitoes away, too.
Yeah, it's supposed to, but I don't think I want to rub it on my skin.
No, if you take it, it's supposed to keep mosquitoes from biting you.
Well, I know when I was faithfully giving it to Bella, she didn't have any ticks. And when I backed off giving it to her, she started getting ticks and fleas again.
You have to try that with my 2 dogs.
Yeah, if you give it to them faithfully, and I gave them 4 of them in their meals, and you give it to them, you know, because dogs don't process things the way we do, but, you know, you can always up it. But I could take garlic, the garlic gel cap, break it open with my teeth and just put it down, you know, her spine, and then put it in her food. And I noticed, I think it was last year, I think she had 2 ticks on her the entire year. And every time we walked outside, our legs were loaded with ticks. So, and she spent a lot of time, you know, running out in the backyard because we didn't mow for a while. So I 100% agree with garlic. Yeah, garlic's safe for dogs. Garlic's something you can put on them and you can give to them, and it'll help get rid of ticks and fleas. It won't hurt. It won't hurt them at all. And you've got little lap yappers, don't you, Ramona?
No.
You got big dogs?
and part black lab, part Rottweiler.
Why aren't you taking more pictures and putting them on your channel, Missy?
Oh, they're mess.
I would love to watch that. I'd be in my glory. That'd be so much fun. You gotta take
I
some.
guess I'll have to do that.
Yeah, take some pictures.
I haven't put anything up lately.
I noticed that. That's one of the reasons I mentioned it. I haven't seen anything.
I haven't done anything.
Yeah, well, get out there and start doing some videos. I like when you do. I love watching you guys' videos. Supporting the channels. Anyway, so anybody have any questions? Well, you're more than welcome, Mason, to email me. I'm going to try to get people on here as much.
I didn't tell you about when I went to the Bigfoot Festival.
Which one?
Yeah.
Honeby?
I never can say that. Yes, Honeby. I never can say it right.
Well, Honeby, that's it. Well, you
Yeah,
can
Honeby.
either call it Honeby or Honeby.
Yeah. I got to hear,
Hold on a second, Ramona. Sorry, hold on a second. Mason, my email address is ddjs2000@cox.net. If you email me, thank you, Martha, and give me your information, then we can talk. And like I have Ramona on, I had Martha on. We've had a lot of people on here. What you just need to do is, if you want to get on here and tell us your story, I'd be glad to have you. So anybody who wants to come on, don't forget, I've only got a couple weeks left, guys. So hurry up and email me and tell me that you want to come on and tell me your story. Chupacabra? Oh, absolutely, Hobbit. I'd give it donuts. Mason, Martha posted it just above you. If you want to look on the chat, she posted my email. Martha did. Okay, so go ahead. Tell us.
Well, we went and we stayed in a cabin. Richard didn't drive up and down those mountains with a trailer. But, we stayed at a cabin at Big Bend. The Big Bend? Is that the name of it?
Not
Someplace over there. Is that it?
Big Cedar.
No.
Big Bend?
Yeah, Big Bend.
Okay, Bend. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Big Bend. You're right.
I got sick.
I remember that.
But I got to hear N.K. Davis is there. Who's the one that you're supposed to give some of your recordings to?
Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to give it to, dang, and I can't remember his name. Went right out of my head because I'm reading chat. Stop. The guy with the Sierra Sounds. What is his name? Oh my gosh, it just left me. I got it on the tip of my tongue and I can't say it. Rhonda Moorhead.
Yeah. I got to hear him talk. Is he the one that's got the camp?
He's got the what?
The camp out in the middle of the woods and stuff.
No.
I'm trying to think of who that is.
No. That's not Ron Moorhead.
I can't remember which one it was that had the theories of the quantum physics.
Well, that's Ron Moorhead.
Is it?
Yeah.
Which was a very interesting theory
Yeah.
of the different dimensions.
Oh, yeah. That throws me for a curve every time.
And his theory of them disappearing and stuff like that.
Okay, so
And
you
the
got
loop factor.
you got sick, and I remember you telling me
Yeah.
that you got sick.
This is another one that's hard to explain. I mean, we were at the festival, walking up and down, looking at everything, and it hit me all at once. My head stopped up, chest congestion, everything. We went back. Now we went to Walmart and got some cough syrup. couch that night in that cabin that somebody was talking to me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it was just in my head, if I was delirious or what, but I started coughing, and I coughed up massive amounts of junk. And the last time that I coughed really big, a lot of, not to be, TMI, gross, but mucus, it was more like I threw up. And all of a sudden I heard this voice. You're going to be okay now. You've got a guardian that's going to come to you, but it's not time. And I'm like, what? And after that, I would sleep and slept fine. I had been up hacking my lungs up all night, and then all of a sudden I was just sound asleep.
You sure that wasn't the Lord telling you that?
I don't know. That's kind of what I was thinking. It was the Lord
Well,
telling you that. But I don't think it was a Bigfoot, no.
you guys listening to all this noise out here?
Activity tonight?
Yeah. Yeah, it's freaky.
I'm on my phone. I usually watch on my phone, so.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see what's going on out here, but I got eye shine back here too. Well, if we were talking about people getting sick, out there, or the sassies have the ability to make people well, do you think it's more along the lines of them giving you something that they know about, like putting raw garlic or something like that? Or, I mean, not raw garlic, but, the onions from the ground, they'll turn around and pick up wild onions, they'll put them on your porch. Don't you think that that's more along the lines what they do as opposed to...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I've heard...
I don't think it's like, that they wave their hand at you and you heal. No, I don't think that.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, I know, because I just started listening to that lady that's had them on their property for years. Fox. What is that lady's name? Anyway, apparently their family has had them on the property for a long time, and I just started listening to it, and she said that Fox would actually come to the door and get garlic. Hey, Chris, how are you? And so why would they come get garlic if they could heal? That's my contention.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, see, I'm kind of scatterbrained when it comes to watching videos. I don't pay attention to people's names or anything like that. I just listen and watch and absorb what I can, but I don't, unless it's directly has something to do with what's going on with me, I just don't remember their names. And I'm really bad at that. I mean, I'll remember your names, because we're directly related here. I mean, we're spending a lot of time talking together, so I won't forget you guys' names. But when I'm watching videos, I don't ever pay attention to names. I couldn't tell you half the names that are out there.
Well, it's like, I know all the screen names, but if you ask me somebody's real name, I probably wouldn't be able to tell you.
Yeah.
Just a few of them,
Yeah. Well, that's another reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I like it when you guys come on and people can hear you now. They can hear your voice. So next time you text, they'll get a better idea. No, Tony, I don't remember you. But so that's one of the reasons I'm doing this. Plus, I know I'm going to miss you guys horribly when I'm gone until we're able to get, some internet or something. I'm just totally freaking out here. I know I shouldn't be, but I am.
Hopefully it won't take too long.
Well, we still haven't found a place to live yet, and I am kind of freaking out. Time is just flying. Yeah, they feel neglected. Well, that's too bad. They're going to have to feel neglected because this is more important. Anyways, what other kind of experience or things that do you have any questions, Ramona? Is anything that you want to ask the crew?
Not that I can think of offhand, questions answered then.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of picked your brain.
Yeah. I don't have all the answers, trust me. You know,
Yeah.
I've spent these
I don't
years
think
with him,
anybody does.
but I don't, there's so many things. Just ignore him. He's being bad. I love you, Tony. But I can't, I can't imagine living with them for all those years like, you know, Janice Carter did. I can't imagine. That's something that I don't think I would ever tell a soul, you know? I don't think I'd ever tell another soul if I had that going on all the time like they did. I don't think anybody would ever know. I would keep that totally to myself, and the reason for that is because I'd be afraid someone would come in and kill him.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I was watching Rick's live earlier, and they were, you know, he started talking about, I think it was, you already left, I think Kevin had gotten there, talking about why the government won't know, why they don't want anybody knowing about them. You know, and people were saying tourism, you know, nobody's go camping, and I think it's just because they go out, they're afraid people go out and kill them.
Well, if they,
You know?
yeah, well, if they go out and kill, well, what are the chances? I mean, some of it just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I don't think there'd be a lot of people out there, you know, with guns trying to shoot them all unless the government told them that they were highly dangerous, and that's one of the reasons we have all these missing people and stuff like that. Then you'd get people out in the woods saying, let's take them down. But you still, regardless of whether government's involved or not, you still have people out there that they're getting their house slapped or rocks thrown or something like that. They're going to go out with guns and try to stop these things, you know, on their own without the government. You know, so I don't think that makes any difference at all. I think the reason that the government's keeping it or doesn't want to tell us about it is because of the fact that they think that the more that they know and the less we know, the better. You know, for whatever reason, you know, and I don't care what the subject is, whether it's the coronavirus or it's Sasquatch or it's chemtrails. I don't think that it really matters. They just think they're so much smarter than the rest of us are, and we're not capable of handling, you know, problems because and all you got to do is kind of look at history. You know, they tell you that something bad's going to happen, and people, instead of turning to help each other and gather their resources together to help each other, they're out there looting and shooting people. You know, I mean, so I think that we've done that to ourselves. You know, in a way. But for the most part, the reason the government, like I said, I think the reason the government keeps it to themselves is because they're smarter than the rest of us. You know, they think, you know, that by them knowing and us not knowing that they're keeping us in the dark. But there's too many brilliant people out there. There's too many people that have more common sense than the government does to figure it out on their own. They don't need the government, you know?
Yeah.
So, and people that have encounters aren't liars. You know, they're out there having these encounters and they don't care who believes them or doesn't believe them. They've had the encounter. And nobody can stop that, government or not.
And so many people are having, you know, more and more encounters. I don't know if it's just because we're hearing about it more, people are opening up about it, or
I think people are
it's just more people.
I think people are
having
opening up.
encounters.
I think maybe more people are opening up about it because it's a platform now that's everywhere.
Yeah. You know, you hear people talk about, you know, old timers. They didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, grandparents, you know, and stuff, you know.
Yeah, they didn't talk about. Look at how long they look at all the hubbub and hype they did about Area 51. You know, I mean, look at all. This has been going on for years. I mean, absolute years. And there's so many different things. I mean, you have certain people. What was it? In fact, it was today that Daniela had somebody on that was apparently abducted. You know, so if you have someone that's abducted, you're going to call that person a liar. I mean, were you there? I mean,
Yeah.
this kind of stuff just makes me crazy. You know, why is she allowed to have a guy on the channel that talks about that, and this guy's not, you know, his door's not being knocked down by the government? You know, at this point, the government's like, just let them keep talking amongst themselves. They'll eventually go away. And I think that's basically how they're looking at it. They don't care. It's to them. They don't have to tell us anything.
Yeah. And then also, you know, they've got it to where most people think, well, they're just nuts. they're crazy. They don't know what they're talking about. They didn't really see anything. They saw a bear, or, somebody that was abducted, maybe, they were just dreaming.
Well, yeah.
They got people believing that, and I think they've conditioned people to think that way through television, movies, books. People see this all the time. Well, that's just fake. That's all fiction.
Yeah. Well, look in the beginning. Look in the beginning when a lot of this medical stuff started turning, where kids were being born with Down syndrome or some other autism and stuff like that. They jumped on a bandwagon to try to find reasons why this was happening and blamed it all on vaccines. And of course, the government got more hush-hush about it, which gave people more incentive to say it was government-related, whether it was related or not. It has nothing to do with it. But that's the media. That's how the media has been doing this for absolutely years. And back in the day, way back in the day, when a child was born with Down syndrome or some kind of problem, they'd just send them away. The parents wouldn't even deal with it. They would just send them away to an institution someplace and leave them there, until they died. And so you have good parts of the media and you have bad parts of the media, but it takes one person basically to go in and start a whirlwind, which I was hoping that that Claudia Ackley was going to be able to do, and start the government to actually start saying, or put, because there's a lot of states out there that have signs that say there are Sasquatch in the area, in a lot. I'm sorry about a lot of states. It's not just one or two, it's starting to happen more and more that there are cryptids in the forest and people are actually paying attention. And now you've got people from the government supposedly stepping in and telling you stories. I mean, we're talking about national forest people, rangers and police departments and sheriff's departments and park rangers and stuff like that. They're starting to come forward regardless of what's going to happen to them, because they want people to know. They're tired of the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just irritates me to no end. I mean, we could stay on that subject for days and not get anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, all right, so does anybody have any questions for Miss Ramona? I think we'll let her go and do what she's got to do. And you got to call me, Ramona, besides here, so you and I can talk about your medical. I keep telling.
My days and nights have been mixed up.
Yeah, well, I'm up at night, so that's no excuse.
Well, I hate disturbing people at night.
Yeah, well, you're not
Even
bothering
if
me.
they're awake,
Yeah.
It's just not normal.
Well, we're not normal. So because we're not normal, it's perfect.
And I know you've been pretty busy.
Yeah, but this is my sanity. There's so much craziness out there. So many things that have to be done.
Just
So many
glad
things.
Kevin's there with you.
Do what?
I'm glad Kevin's there with you so he can get well.
Me too.
Yeah, the first thing that made me mad, and I knew it by looking at his face when he was coming home from the hospital when he did that video, I was angry. Oh my gosh, I was spitting nails. And as soon as he walked in the door, I was right. They blew him up with steroids and Lasix, and I was like, I knew it. I already knew it.
Exactly what I told him not to do.
Yep. And so the first thing we got to do is get him off of those, because he's so swollen, it's crazy.
I gained 68 pounds.
Well, the weight probably didn't hurt. Because he was looking awful skinny.
No, for him, no, he was doing fine. He wasn't. What it was his body was starting to reject, and certain things were starting to fail, which is why he looked like he did. Because right before then, if you looked at his face, the first time he was able to go out after he got out of the hospital from his accident, from when he got beat up or whatever that was, he looked really good. You know, I mean, we were still dealing with his leg at that time, but he was still doing really well, and that's the weight that he was really good at. You know, that works well for him. But now he's blown up like a balloon because of the steroids and the Lasix. And they cut down his water intake to minimal, which wouldn't clear out his kidneys if it saved his life. So now I'm irritated, you know, really irritated.
Yeah, they give me a pint of water a day. That's it.
Yeah.
Mercy.
Yeah, and with all the chemicals they're putting in his body, wanting to know why his kidneys weren't working, or the way they should have been.
But they weren't damaging his liver.
They are damaging the liver, and that's why first thing is I found, you know, we're going to get him on the HCTZ and off the Lasix, and he's definitely going to be off the steroids. So we have some work to do, and, you know, he'll be here for a little while, and then he'll go back home, and hopefully that, you know, him and I and Denny can go out looking for property.
Yes.
And that way he'll know where to come visit, and he wants me to come to his place and visit, so we're going to keep trying to do that. But in the meantime, prayers for Kevin would be appreciated.
Yes, please.
And it is going to take some money, guys, to keep him going as far as all the natural stuff he's got to have. But I won't get into that till later, because right now I have everything here. You know, so far I've got everything here that I need, but that'll deplete what I've got. You know, I'm thinking he's going to be here a minimum of 10 days. So that will totally deplete my, you know, stash of stuff for him, because I bought this ahead of time. You know, I made sure that it was here for when he got here. And I got help from you guys. So, and you know that he doesn't have a job. So I probably will ask for you guys to help him, you know, with the money, or buy the stuff for him and send it. If you don't want to send the money, then just buy the product and send it. And I think that would help him, you know, either way, it doesn't matter. But we're not going to do that tonight anyway. I want to wait, see how long this is going to last, or see what else I need to have. In the meantime, I'm going to say goodnight to Miss Ramona and let her get off of here, and then we'll stay on the chat for a little while. If I do have activity, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have activity tonight, because I can already see stuff going on and hear stuff going on. So one of the two things will happen. Either I won't come back on, or I will. So, but I am so happy that you got on here, Ramona, and I thank you very much. And I know everybody likes hearing your voice, and it's going to be fun this year, you know, because I think now that I'm going to move down closer to you, we'll be able to go places.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
I can't wait.
And a lot more often, because I'll have the RV and you have your RV, so there's places that we can go, you know, if it don't have campgrounds or something like that. But knowing me, I'd rather go out there and stay in a tent than in an RV. So
I have to borrow my daughter's.
yeah, I know. Anyways. But anyways, I'll say goodnight to you and let you jump back on the chat. It's only 11:55, so let's stay on for a little while and then see if we have an activity, and we'll go from there.
Okie dokie.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Ramona. You know, we love you, and I'm so appreciative that you came on. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in and listening to her. This is how Ramona and other people are going to heal, because she did go through the anxiety for quite a while and didn't want to talk to anybody. So talking about it does help. I promise you it helps.
Yeah.
So
It definitely helps.
yeah, so if you have an experience and you want to jump on here and you want to talk about it, you know, you're more than welcome to do that. Just, you know, shoot me an email and we'll set it up. And let's just try to get it done within the next 2 weeks, so right before I get ready to move. But in the meantime, thank you again, Ramona. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye,
hon.
Ramona.
Good night.
Good night.
She's adorable. Absolutely adorable. I love hearing from people, and I love when they share. You know, you don't have to have so many experiences and keep us occupied. You know, we just have a conversation. You know, we talked about everything, you know. Oh, Matt, you and Pam, I don't know what I'm going to do with you two. Hello, Khaki Lackey. Hello, Kat. Hello, all you new people that came in. I didn't even see anybody new come in except for those two. And good night, everybody who is leaving. Sorry, I wasn't paying much attention to the chat, and if I missed anybody's questions, I apologize. I'm multitasking here. Pam, he gotcha. Oh, you too, I'm telling you. I don't know what's wrong with you guys. There you go. There's Miss Ramona. Now I heard, good night, Hobbit. I heard the ATVs across the street.
I heard the drone too.
Yeah, I heard the drone too. Okay, Mason. It's in the cookies? Yeah, how come you didn't call in, Pappy? Tony, Pam. I can't expect Matt or Bob to call in, but I can expect you guys to call in. Oh, ha, ha, ha. No, we're not lucky, we're blessed. Yeah, right. Uh-huh. No, I wasn't with Claudia. That's Barb. No, I'm not Barb, I'm Dee. Yeah, well, I can't do it on my phone. I'd have to upload Skype on my husband's phone. Good night, Kathy. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Chev, for putting his PayPal in. I appreciate it.
Hey, Chev, my brother.
No, I'm not Barb. Stop it, Matt. I'm not Lady Donnie either. You guys are Rugrats tonight, I'm telling you. Well, that's nothing new anyway. I'm in Arkansas right now, Mason.
Am I Lady Di?
You must be Lady Di.
Yeah.
Princess Di.
Princess Di.
Yeah, you get the princess bubbles.
And my boobles.
Hi, Mike. How are you? No, I have never met Claudia face to face, but I've been talking to her for over a year now. And oh, you're in California? Cool.
I got to go potty again.
Public service announcement?
Yes,
Get out of here. Go to the bathroom.
I am. And keep watching that little one over there from that light.
Yeah, there's a bigger one on the other side of the light. It keeps popping its head back and forth.
That one far over to the left.
Yep.
Yep. Seen that one several times.
Yeah, that's the one we were watching the one night when I was able to zoom in.
Yep. That big, tall, bright light over there at the corner of the house. He kept walking in front of it.
Yeah.
And blocking it out.
Well, usually when this thing is clear, like it's not clear tonight, but usually when it's clear, they can tell me when I'm talking to them that the light blanks out.
Yep.
On this one right here, you've got leaves though. So
Yeah.
as long as you got leaves, it could black out. So that's why I don't pay attention to it. But the other one, there's no leaves between
Yeah.
us and them. So
Yep.
when it blacks out, you know it's something else.
Yeah, that's that one that it's when I've been here before, that same one.
Yeah.
But,
Well-
I mean, I was holding my head still.
Yeah, that's what I do. And he shows his eyes, and he's right on the back side or on the right side of that light right there. And he peeks his eyes out, and they actually blink.
Yeah. And then there's that one about 45 minutes ago or so that was right at the back of your truck, by the back of your truck.
And
on
would
the
I tell you
ground.
what happened when my daughter-in-law showed up?
Yep.
Yep, sure enough, they took off right before she showed up. They always know when she's going to be here.
And then, what did she come home for and then leave again?
Drop off kids, and then drop off the other kids. She's got to go back up, pick up Devin. Yeah, Grandma will probably show up. I remember I told you guys a couple weeks ago that I thought Grandma was here. Because I got that smell.
That,
Hey, Cryptidville.
that,
Good night, sweetie.
nice old like pipe tobacco smell.
Yep, and you weren't here, but I had one. I scared one at the window. I jumped off the chair real quick, and I don't think he expected it. And all you heard was, I mean, literally take off running, and they were right here, because this was closed. My windows, my blinds were
Yeah.
closed here, and I was sitting there watching the movie, and I heard it, and I came down. I jumped down here real quick, which I normally don't do, and I mean, it took off running. No, it didn't smell like
I-
icy hot.
I hope Grandma comes back. I want to see her again.
Come on, babies. I can't even whistle tonight.
You have got me doing that at my house.
What, the clicking?
No, come on, babies.
Oh. Yeah, that's what I say, and they like it when I say that.
I was on the phone last night, and I was on the back porch, and Axel banged on the end of my house.
Yeah,
I was 15 feet away, just right around the corner, knocked on the edge of the house.
really?
Yep. And whoever I was on the phone with heard it too, because it was on speaker.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
They missed me. He when I first got home, as soon as the sun went down, it wasn't even dark yet. I was knocking on the back side of my house.
That's what's happening here, and I think the reason that they're coming earlier as soon as it gets dark is because they're not here yet.
Yep.
And I think that's why they're coming earlier.
Yep.
So normally, remember, late at night,
It
they
was-
would come after
yep.
1 o'clock and stuff. Well, now they're starting to come earlier because they knocked on my window that day, and it wasn't even 7 o'clock yet. The
Yep.
sun had just gone down, and they were knocking on the bathroom window. I had just gone in there to lay down.
You know, something I noticed this year,
What?
you know, I'd never been, you know, like when we was talking with Ramona a little bit ago about the migration, if they migrate or not.
Yeah.
The ones at my place disappeared for the 2.5, 3 months of hunting season.
Yeah.
During hunting season, they were gone. I didn't see them at all for over 2 months.
Really.
And then as soon as hunting season is over, they're back. And it's like, maybe not migrate, but get out of the area while idiots are running around in the forest with guns and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it has anything to do with the time change. I'm just saying, I think because they got in the habit of coming here after midnight, and then that's when the camo dudes started showing up. So now these guys come
They
earlier.
changed their routine.
Yeah, I'm thinking that they're coming earlier to because they're jumping around and playing in the backyard. Because remember, I take the dogs out before they go to bed at night. It's usually around 8 o'clock when I give them their last, when I give them their treats and put them to bed and have them go out to go to the bathroom. In the past few nights that I'm trying to take them outside, they don't want to go out back. They want to go out front because something's out back. And I'm thinking that they're out there back there playing. But Bella will actually back up and go back in the house. She doesn't want any part of it. And she'll go to the front door. So I let her out the front to go pee, and then she'll come back in and go to her bed. So that's earlier, I mean, that it used to be late, but now it's earlier.
Yeah.
So, and I think it may have something to do with the time change, but I honestly think that the reason, good night, Nita, love you, sweetie, God bless you. I think that the reason they're coming earlier is because the camo dudes aren't out.
I think the reason that, look at the motion lights just came on.
Yeah, I just saw that. And I'm wondering if he's going to go out. I wonder if he's going to go outside. Yeah, I'm going to try to fix my camera here so we can see better across the street. Because we got activity across the street, guys.
Lots of it.
Well, it's the same thing it was the last time we did this.
Yep.
No, the last time that I did this, we had activity over there again. So they're over there. Instead of coming from over here now, they're coming from over there. So they've changed the direction they're coming.
So now they've got the military's out there on ATVs watching them.
Mm-hmm. I think I just saw that light again. Well, you'll hear the drone.
Yeah, they got that definite whir to it.
You filmed a ferry? What did you say, Mason? I'd like to know what's on Barb's video. That wigged me out. It looked like someone was shining one of those pointer directional lights in the trees.
I still want to know what that sound was when it was up on your property.
Yeah, I know, me too. There, everybody's saying it was a DM, and I think so too. And
Me too now.
and Sandy is selling that piece of property up there. She won't go up there anymore. I'm wondering what kind of problem she's having. She won't talk to me.
Yep. And then the last night we was there, that sounded, I could not get you guys to wake up for nothing for that hour and 15 minutes while it was around. I still have been looking for something that makes that sound.
I
and
don't
haven't
think we
found
were
anything.
sleeping. I think you had some kind of time warp in your head because I don't sleep.
I know, but I couldn't even wake up Bella.
That's what I'm saying. I think you were in some kind of time warp, something or other. Because I don't sleep when I'm up there ever.
No.
I go to sleep first thing in the morning when the sun starts to come up. That's when I go to sleep.
And I was right there at your bedroom door trying forever to get you guys to wake up. You
Yeah, that-
kept walking, going around and around the truck.
Yeah, that's like I said, that don't happen. So either you were dreaming, or we were out of it.
You guys were, well, I was out of, remember, I fell asleep at the table and a tick on my belly is what woke me up when it bit into me.
Yeah,
And that's when I woke up.
yeah,
And then I went to the bathroom to change, and that's when that noise came up from behind the trailer.
yeah,
And remember, it erased both of our DVD recorders,
yeah,
or our digital recorders.
yeah. I know.
It totally wiped everything off mine and just shut yours off.
Yeah. And I think that was a DM because I think Boo was trying to warn me before that.
Yeah, and well, and then the other 2 nights that you heard it in the recorder, but we never heard it up by the trailer where they was keeping it away from us.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that I'm not on that property anymore. In fact, Lizzie asked me if we could go up there one more time, and I told her no, I wasn't interested because I don't think that Boo is up there. Definitely don't think Boo is up there anymore. But and like I said, when we get a piece of property, Lord willing, I plan on going and asking permission.
Yeah.
Okay, Mason. Okay. Yeah, I'll be glad to look at them. I'll be glad to look at them. I'll do that when I get off the live chat, because I probably won't be going to bed for a few hours yet, depending on what happens here tonight. But I'm really happy that Ramona got to come on. It was nice hearing her story, and really, really, really like the fact that she has gotten past that nervous stage.
There was eyeshine just straight out from you.
I can't see anything with this light. I have to turn my head, otherwise I can't see anything.
That was right at the right angle to see just a flash of eyes.
And no one's gonna think you're crazy, Mason. We've seen some video that was totally mind blowing from people here in this chat. There's a lot of pictures that they'll show one another, but they won't share with anybody else, and they're mind blowing pictures. This is stuff that if they were to put it on YouTube, people would probably call them hoaxers or liars or something along those lines because they're clear. You can see eyes or heads or feet or whatever, and people just don't want to share them anymore. Personally, they might share them, but to go on YouTube and to start sharing this kind of stuff,
Because there's all the trolls out there that their job is to make people think that it's BS.
yeah. But what's bad about this, yeah, we are, Antonio. What's bad about it is, say you start putting videos up and somebody that's on this chat goes and looks at it and puts their opinion in it. Next thing you know, that person's followed by a troll, saying that they see eyes in trees, and it's just not worth it. So I'm glad that we're able to share stuff here. And for a fact, absolutely for a fact, this is one place that you're not going to get attacked for what you believe in. Of course, maybe Hobbit or Matt or, Bob might get, we might laugh at them, or Tony, but, that's because they're jokesters. It's just how it is. We're used to it now, so can't do anything about those boys. In fact, almost all the boys on here are jokesters.
Not me.
Yeah, you too when you're on there. It's nice to see you, Miss Nita. Well, how is everybody tonight?
I'm a lot better now that I'm here.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Me too.
Get some.
Because I know I'll get better.
You'll get better. And please don't forget the prayers.
Yes, please.
Can you get an amen about what? Yeah, you too, Bob. Yeah, sure, Hobbit. Hobbit just said, how dare you? Oh, my Lord. Somebody hit him with a cactus. Pappy, you're so cute. You guys are adorable. You make me smile. Yeah, they are. No, I don't want to hear this serious side of none of you. Well, she needs to hit you again, Hobbit. Get him, Martha. Well, where's Jamie? Jamie left, didn't she? Okay. Yeah, even though people are joking around in here, you know, they're still not going to make fun of you for what you believe in. They're still going to let you talk and tell your stories. And if they don't want to believe you once you've told your story, that, you know, that's up to them. But they won't say it in here.
They don't have to believe it. Just be.
Yeah, they're being courteous about it, and that's what I care about. As long as they're courteous, I'm good with it. You don't have to agree with everything we say. I mean, come on, please stay, please stay. I want you guys to see the eye shine over there. Please stay. Yeah, I know, Bob. Are you getting nervous, Bob? Oh, hush, Hobbit. Well, we are praying like never before. I mean, for you, for Chev, for Vanessa, and for Kevin, we are praying like never before. And J-Lo. Got some serious prayer groups going on. Oh my goodness, Chris. You silly thing. No, heck no. I won't shine a light out there. Nair, really? Oh, you're so bad, Chris. Chris told me to get a sprinkler system and put Nair in it so we could see the sassies. J-Lo is going to have surgery. Yes, there's power in prayer. Here she comes again. Here comes my daughter-in-law again. Hopefully this time it's to stay home. Oop, she just ran over something.
I heard that.
Yep, they wonder why they get flat tires all the time. Oh, so now we'll, as soon as she gets in, let's see what happens.
Yep.
That's my stomach. Yeah, we are doing some serious praying, serious praying, and then giving your names out to quite a few other prayer warriors to, so everybody's praying specific. specifically for your surgery and J-Lo's surgery, specifically praying for recovery, for finances, and for, support. So it's been, this is day 3 now of all the groups finally have all the information. So let's just believe that God's going to move mountains. I want to try to zoom in, especially across the street. You guys seeing the eye shine across the street between the house and the far left lights? They're actually blinking over there, if you can see them. Yeah, that's what she does, Nita. She actually got out of the vehicle last week and heard something jump on the back porch and jumped back in the car and locked the doors because it scared her. She said it sounded like the size of a person jumping off the rail, in the backyard because they're all wood, and hitting the back porch, which is also wood. Look between the house windows and the first yard light, guys. If you can see that far, you'll see eye shine between those. There's one up and there's one high and there's one low.
Mm-hmm. It's on there now. I want Grandma to come back. Grandma,
Yeah.
are you out there? Grandma.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait, Martha, until they're in the house before I do anything.
Yeah.
Now where are you guys going? Oh my gosh, seriously? It's 12:20.
What you doing now?
Hootie who? What? No. Okay, let me see if I can't zoom you guys in. I won't be able to turn you that direction, so there you'll be able to see. Now there, see by the lights you can see the eye shine over there? Now watch them when they move. Now those aren't lights hanging in the trees, guys.
Nope.
Yep.
There's that one way up high.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was talking about. You got a tall one and you got ones on closer to the
Yep.
ground.
We need to put the dog food bag over the light again.
Yeah, or something. I can't see. It's so hard for me to see. I have to do this to be able to
Yeah.
see out there.
That's me. I gotta find the right angle because right here it's right in my eyes.
Yeah, I know. Me too. All right, I'm going to try to whistle, guys. Watch your ears. Okay? Hey, Bobby. Did you hear that thrown?
Yep.
Something just got thrown.
Again.
Did you guys hear me? I'm going to whistle. Or try to. Shut up, stomach. All right, I'm going to whistle. Nobody's giving me a thumbs up. Don't yell at me if I whistle. It was lame. I can't whistle.
Me neither.
Don't know why.
I keep hearing stuff over here in these trees right over there.
Yeah, I know. Something just got thrown.
Yeah, twice. And when
Evil trees.
when Ramona was on there when that howl or whatever,
Yeah.
and then a few minutes later it did it again from a different direction. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Don't know what it was, but we both heard it.
Well, we like the owl that's not really an owl.
Yeah.
He's
well,
cute. Yours will stay on. Yours will stay on the whole time. Mine, I have to turn.
Yeah.
Mine shuts off.
All right.
So yours will stay on. What do you
Well,
need?
nothing. I was just situating.
Oh my gosh, I'm freezing.
Me too. I have the moo owls, and I have the chicken owls,
Yeah.
and I have the coyote owls.
Well, the owl here does, instead of doing the whoo hoo hoo hoo, it just goes whoo. He goes whoo whoo, and you can. It doesn't trail off. There's no trill at the end of it. It just cuts off.
Mine starts out.
Yeah. Yeah, they're funny. Come on, babies.
It's like you're getting the rooster and the owl mixed up.
Well, something got a hold of one of the cats a couple nights ago. I am freezing. It's cold.
It is sitting in front of this pneumonia hole.
There's a heating blanket on you. You can put it on your back, and that way it'll be as cold.
Well, it doesn't matter. I could have both of them on and still be cold.
He's a freeze baby like I am.
Cat's seen it. It's 110 degrees outside, and I've got a hoodie and sweatpants on and two wool blankets out on the back porch, shivering.
I know. I can wear.
It's terrible.
When I was in Honolulu, I wore 3 sets of clothes. I mean, I had 3 layers on. Hobbit, don't be cruel. You be mean. You be nice.
Be so cold that my teeth are chattering, and my little infrared thermometer said that underneath my blankets, even had a space heater blowing up underneath there. It was 138 degrees, and I was still shivering.
I know, right?
Makes no sense.
I can't stand being cold.
Me neither.
Don't save any salad for the carnivore? Why not? You need salad. You need balance, Mike. No, that wasn't Tony. It was you. You be nice. I'll put you in timeout myself. And I can. Oh my goodness. My hands are cold.
That dent's still in my fender from the last time I was here, from that one that leaned against it.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I know, Kat. I'm the same way. I am so cold. Hi, Pizza. How are you?
Pizza.
Pizza man. I'm waiting. Uh-huh. No, you said lady. And you're missing that whole interpretation of the word lady. I am a lady. Well, Pizza, I wish I would have known that back when I sent those off to be impounded. I mean, crushed. I'm just that way, guys. I am very much an old school lady, okay? And I can joke around about certain things, but other things I just don't find funny.
Me too. There's a lot of stuff that people think is funny nowadays that I just don't.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a lady, but old-fashioned.
Yeah, he does princess bubbles. Don't listen to him.
Everybody has their weakness.
Yeah, he has to. He misses his princess bubbles. And I'll make sure there's enough bubbles in it so he takes pictures of him drowning.
The medieval torture device, take 2.
Yep. Oh, that's so much fun.
That was hilarious.
Yep. It's going to take a while. I wish you could be here, Bob, for your recovery. I'd make sure. Did you say you had Manuka honey, Bob? Or could get it? Duck poop.
I think they have it at Walmart. The Manuka honey I got at Walmart was like $29 for that little jar.
Yeah, mine's 45 because I get the one side back,
Yep.
one size up, you
Yep.
know, and mine's, like $50.
Yep.
And I have to drink a teaspoon of it. I have to take a teaspoon of it twice a day in order to stop my GERD.
Yeah.
It works, but it's expensive.
I was just gonna say, did you hear that whistle?
Yep. But we also have geese out here, and this one night we heard, I knew it was a bird. I couldn't figure out what kind of bird, but. Yeah, I know. Isn't that awesome, Cat?
What?
That Walmart sells it.
Yep.
Oh, really? Yeah, I responded back to you, Antonio. I texted you. I emailed you back. Can't believe how many times you were down here. Because after your surgery, Bob, I'm going to ask you to do a few things, and Manuka is one of them. Hello, Patricia. How are you, sweetie? Get him, Bill. Yeah, he does, Nita. Oh, Matt's probably hiding somewhere.
Again, straight out from you, back there in that dark spot between the two lights, way over here in the house.
Are you sure you're fine? Yeah, I'm watching, hon.
Yep.
I just heard something too. I don't know what I heard.
There we are again.
All right, I gotta go to the little girl's room.
All
Too
right.
much coffee. All right, you guys can sit and talk to Kevin for a second. Ouch.
Let me get over here so I can see it.
Yeah, don't touch anything because that thing will fall down.
I won't. Hey guys, how is everybody? Thanks, Martha. It's good to be out. I think they were killing me in there. Yeah, me too. Sorry guys, that went by real fast. I missed a bunch of them. How you doing, Cow Creek? Yep. I want it to get warmer too. I have to be better for spring because there's a lot of new areas I want to go to and do some videos in near my house. Me and my daughters found a really, really cool place to go. And I live up in northern Arkansas, right up on the Arkansas-Missouri border.
You can stay right there. You're fine.
Mm.
I can move around you.
I'm about 15 miles south of the Arkansas-Missouri border.
Huh? Yeah, you don't have a carton downstairs? Well, why don't you go ask Pop for a pack?
I just want a cigarette until Dusty gets
Oh,
home.
sure, go ahead. Is that it?
No, this is.
Oh, here.
If you say smoking Pomo.
Oh, no, I don't smoke Palmo.
Thank you.
Thank you, baby.
You could have had one.
So, any movement across the street? Poto, yeah. We were out looking. I don't want to go in the Poto area. I wouldn't mind some of the Worcester area, but I'm going further south than that, hopefully. Yeah, hey, Ramona, why is everybody leaving Heavener? Do you know? It looks like every house in Heavener's for sale. And a bunch of property. What's going on in Heavener? I want biscuits, Nita. Ooh.
I want food.
Yeah, well, you can't have any yet.
I haven't eaten today.
Well, you can't have any yet. Good night, Nita. God bless you. We love you.
And no, I need a.
Yeah, my husband doesn't want to live in Red Oak. He used to sell siding and windows, and said not Red Oak, not Heavener, not any of those places up there. So that's why we're going south.
I keep hearing stuff over in the trees to the right.
That's what I'm saying. Something's going on in Heavener, and I don't know what it is, but when I got online, I accidentally sent the map to the Heavener area, and I'm telling you, it looked like every house in Heavener was for sale. And a bunch of property for not very much money. So I was wondering what the heck was going on in Heavener. I know certainly I wouldn't buy there. I don't know what's wrong with Red Oak. Get up with the times, Tony. Come on, pay attention. Biscuits and gravy. Mmm.
Everything sounds good to me right now.
Me too. All I've had today was an avocado.
You told me I couldn't have any avocados.
Nope, you can't.
I love just having an avocado for lunch.
No, you can't have that yet.
Pork chops and apple sauce.
No,
Swell.
no. Nope, he can't have anything yet. I have to relook at his blood work, and then I have to make a diet for him to get this water off of him.
Yep.
Bacon, bacon, and more bacon, Mike.
I want a bacon burger wrapped in bacon, smothered with bacon.
Nope, I might make you a BLT, though.
That would be awesome. I love a good plain old BLT.
Yep. Yeah, that's all I've had was an avocado. That was my favorite. If I have pork chops, I have to have applesauce. Okay, thank you. You guys hearing that out there? There's a howl. Good night, Miss Pam. God bless you. Much love. Oh, my stomach is doing flip-flops. You and your tacos. You know, people are just going to feed you nothing but tacos when you get home. You're going to be sick of them. Hear it?
Yep.
Can you hear the howling, guys? Coyote? Yeah, I love pork chops and applesauce. They go very well together, especially the way I make them.
I gotta get another barbecue grill, just a little one.
You have to get what?
Another barbecue grill, just a little one charcoal grill. I don't like cooking meat in a frying pan anyway. I like it
Yeah,
over
you-
fire.
Yeah, you can't have any more of that. Me too, Pappy. Okay, now we've had the owl. Now we've had the coyote.
And whatever that big howl was earlier.
No veggie tacos. Nasty. Ew. That's just like putting pineapple on a pizza. Ew.
Whoever come up with fish tacos?
Oh, gross. I don't know.
It's a California thing. It has never sounded good to me. Haven't ever tried one.
Oh, me either. I couldn't. And I love fish, but I just the thought of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, a fish fillet in a taco. Just
I don't know. Mm-mm. Nope. Not happening.
Yeah. Taco fish sauce. Doesn't
Ew.
Sound good.
Pineapple on ham pizza? No.
That's a Hawaiian.
No.
I don't mind it.
Hey, Homer.
I like pizza. It makes me a jolly good fellow.
Everything's better with bacon. Bacon.
I have a ball cap that says I'd wrap that in bacon.
And you know that I used to make hors d'oeuvres that were. I would take sliced ham and put a ring of pineapple and roll it and then wrap it in bacon and then fry it. I mean, put it in the oven
Yeah.
and just broil it, and it was so good. Everybody loved them.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, that's how you spell hors d'oeuvre. Hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres. Ew.
What?
Chev is going to order Hawaiian pizza. Ew, I just can't stand the thought of it.
I don't mind it.
Ew, no. I want pizza to be savory. That's how I like my pizza.
Yeah, I like sweet and savory too, though. A little sweet with it. I don't mind pineapple on pizza. I can have it either way. If I was ordering, I probably wouldn't order pineapple, but it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, well, no thanks.
My favorite pizza is a meat lovers with mushrooms added.
Oh, I have to have mushrooms on my pizza. Pickled pig lip tacos. Bobby, what are you drinking? We're smoking. We should have a pizza cook-off.
Have come up with your best pizza recipe, and then we make them and see who's got the best recipe.
That's right.
Recipe.
Recipe?
Yep, the recipe. I would win. I make my own pizza crust in
No.
my bread machine.
You're not gonna win. No.
Yeah, well,
No, you won't.
I make my yeast pizza crust, and I use basil infused olive oil
No.
also,
So
and it's awesome. It's Hitlerific.
mine's better.
We shall see.
I bet you the kids will eat my pizza.
I bet they'll eat mine too.
Maybe. Jay will, but the boys won't.
Hmm.
See, I know what they like, so I'll win here at home. Because I know what they like. Barbecue chicken pizza? I never had that. That doesn't even sound good either.
It's actually not bad if it's the right barbecue sauce.
See, I'm old school pizza.
I like breakfast pizza.
No.
You know, with the scrambled eggs and
No.
ham and
No. No.
stuff on it, but
No.
it's still got to have regular pizza sauce, not just the white gravy or cheese sauce or whatever. It's still
No.
got to have regular pizza sauce.
No.
Yep.
See, Ramona wants your recipe.
All right.
He said all right, but, you know, fat chance.
Just when you make, if you have a bread maker, that's how I do it. I just make yeast dough in there, but instead of just using regular oil, I use basil infused olive oil. It just enhances the flavor. Awesome. And I put a little bit of garlic in with it also in the crust. What?
Ramona says she's got one. Yeah, I've got a bread maker too. It doesn't work. I find out that raising the dough under blankets works better than my bread maker.
With a bread maker, you've got to get a system down that works for you.
Well,
It took
it's
a while to do it, but I got mine down pretty good.
it's just too cold here, or something's wrong here because nothing rises. The only time I can get bread to rise is if I stick it under like 5 pillows of blankets.
Yeah.
I hear noise outside, guys. Lots of noise outside.
It might be the moisture in the air.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what it is, but I know no matter what I've tried, even if I preheated the oven just to warm and put it in there, it still didn't rise right the way it's supposed to. Ew. That's just like Martha's, potato salad. By the time it got to me, it'd be growing legs and running away. Nice try, Bobby. Good night, Mason. I will look at your emails when I'm done. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And thank you for joining us tonight. It was nice to see you.
I got an eyelash under my eyelid.
Cry.
I'm trying.
You want me to pinch you?
No.
Okay, Mason. Thank you. That tastes pretty good. I wish I could eat it. Good night. Take care. God bless you. Come on, babies. Where's your car?
Right there where it normally is.
Oh, okay.
Right there to the left of the basketball hoop.
Okay. Why don't you go to bed?
Because you're up. I will when you get done.
Because you're up. That doesn't count.
I know. Well, it could be because Asia, Europe.
Oh, funny.
I know that was a stretch.
Yeah, that was funny. Sure.
Because Africa.
What are you smoking?
Nothing yet.
Whatever. All right, well, guys, I guess there's nothing going on here. And I'm sure all you guys are bored by now, so I guess I'll let you go.
I want Grandma to show up. I'm hoping maybe tomorrow.
Well, I don't know. I have no idea.
Nope.
Anyways, I will say goodnight to all you guys, and thank you again, Ramona. I appreciate it. And, yeah.
Good night, everybody.
We'll
Thank
say
you
goodnight.
for all of your prayers and stuff through all my ordeal. I appreciate it more than you know.
Yeah, let's get Kevin back on track.
Yes, please.
Get him back out there in the woods.
I miss that. I miss being here.
Well,
I miss being here so bad.
well, you're here now. We'll take care of it, and don't forget to pray for everybody. And I love you all, and God bless you. And if I'm sure we're going to be up for a while. So if anything happens out here after my daughter-in-law gets back, if we start getting activity again, I'll go ahead and go live. But now it's almost 1 o'clock, and I'm not sure we will. Don't have any idea what time she's going to be back. Hello, Ohio Bigfoot. Thank you for joining us. But again, good night, everybody. Love you all. God bless you. And I will see you on the next live chat. Don't forget, whoever wants to call in, go ahead and email me, and let's get you on here to tell your story, okay? Sound good? All right. Good night. Love you guys.